What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. I got a new mic, and hopefully it sounds better than the last one. And so I'm going to be talking about tutorials from now on. The other day, I was thinking, I want to make a drum and bass song, but I want to use a funny little sample. And, the Fortnite chorus me came to mind, so I thought, why not use that? So I downloaded the choral chorus while we use it through Fortnite, put it into a stem separator for acapellas, and then it gave me the vocals for it. So I put the vocals in the FL, and then I cut them a little bit so they'd be on the line, and then they sound like this. And then I added a Fruity Convolver and turned it down in the mix just a little because I felt like it was a little too reverby. I used a wider plugin to push it out, and then I cut the low end on it because it was a little muddy. And the next thing I did was I added this serum. I got this pad and serum, so it's like this. For that, I added sausage platinum, Fruity Convolver. I added a portal preset aura from this band, portal preset thing. Then I added this duck reverb thing, duck reverb for vocals and shaper box, and then added texture to top it off. Next, we have this lead, very simple. Have a sausage partner on it, another shaper box preset, crystalline reverb, put it halfway always. Another portal preset, mirror from this hexagon preset thing, and then wider, pushed it out the same amount as the choral chorus vocals. Next we have this arc. I believe what I did is I copy and pasted these pad chords, and then I did Alt A, and that's how I got these, and they sound like this. And then I added sausage fattener, destructor for the bit crushing effect, more reverb, some fruity delay. I always do the ping pong setting whenever I use fruity delay, and then wider, push it out just a little bit. Then the last thing we have is this sub bass, I believe, which sounds like this. Very simple, no effects on there. Put together sounds like this. If there is audio crackling or anything like that, I do apologize. I'm doing my best to make sure everything runs smoothly, but I'm still figuring it out as I go along. So we have the drums. I took an A&M break, like always, and chopped it up like this. Put this crystalline preset on it. And for the rest of the drums, I believe they all have that same crystalline preset on it. And then next was this kick and snare. Next was this kick and snare, funnily enough from the same drum loop. hi-hat track. All together, it sounds like this. So then, um, have these percussion loops added with this one. Oh, yep, this one. That acts as a transition loop and initially just so there's some variation to be made. Then there are these other percussion loops that I have. It's all an effort of getting more texture. This is what it sounds like all together. Alright, lastly, we have some other vocals to go through choral chorus vocals. We have this sort of ambient vocal. It is originally at D sharp minor, but the rest of the song, I believe, is in C minor. So I took it and pitched it down through. It's set to strat. It sounds like this. And that has Fruity King Volver on it, and wider pushed out all the way. We have this next loop for the chorus parts. And for that, we have a looperator to add some of those stutters and chops. This blue right here, it freezes it in place and it works nicely, I think, with this 6-part chop. And then there's also a reverb on it, and wider pushed out a little bit, yeah, about the same as the ARP. And then with the choral chorus to add variation, what I did was I hit right click, chop the patterns, and then drum and bass, parentheses var for variation. And that is what gave me these chops. I did it individually for each of these chops over here, so it was still a little bit in tone. Those sound like this. And then all together, the vocals sound like this. No, it sounds a little hectic and off all by itself, but within context of the beat, it sounds better. And then finally, we have these liberators. So the first one plays sort of like in the intro and part of like the transition parts, which looks like this. A lot of chops, some like freezes and shit like that. Next, during the chorus, we have the second one, which has some chops, delay, a freeze again, and some parts repeating. And then finally, adds sort of like an extra bit to the outro and transition parts. We have this third one, which has a lot of delays, reverses, some reverb, and of course, I have ozone. What you can do for ozone is, if you have it, select preferably like the loudest part of your song, and then from here, what I usually do is I go down, click all-purpose mastering, then adaptive dynamics, and click on this button. And what it'll ask you to do, if you haven't clicked on this, is to play the loudest part of your song, and then it will come up with all of these different modules and will create an auto mixer master for you. Now, I heavily suggest that you learn what all of these things do, EQs, that stuff. It's a little easier to learn because we already have to learn how to EQ. But like with the music rebalance, with the impact, the imagery, the clarity, the stabilizer, all of this stuff, the maximizer, should learn what each of these parts do, so you know what to add by yourself if you don't want to have to rely on this every time. And then with this genre thing, it will adapt. So for example, for whatever reason, when I initially did this, I had rock selected. As you can see here, the EQ, like for the tonal balance, already changes a lot. You can see that with the EDM, it offers a lot more low end, a little depth in the low mids compared to not reggae, compared to rock, where there's less low end and the shape's a little different. But again, you can increase or decrease the EQ and the maximizer and shit like that. Normally the maximizer is just like blow it higher. If you really want it blown out, you can up the loudness all the way. I don't recommend that. I usually keep these the way they are. For here is where you really want to try and tweak that stuff. For example, get where it is. Oh, here. So if you click on this maximizer, you click all of these different IRCs, you will get a different sound with each one. It might not be dramatic or anything like that, but it will sound a little different. And clicking these different ones will help you learn what you like. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna play the full song now, and I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy whatever you got coming up.